we have a final question. Plans for the future. Unexpected games. What can we expect?
If I told you, they wouldn't be unexpected. So I mean, I started Unexpected Games last summer. Wait, no, not last summer. Summer 2019. So I've been doing this year and a half now. My first game we just announced. That's The Initiative. It's very different than other games I've worked on. It's a game that I've been dreaming of for years and years and years. That marries kind of a comic book with a game with strategy and puzzles and mysteries and kind of wraps them all together in a very strange and interesting way. It's accessible, but I think it's also really interesting for hobby gamers too. I've been writing up weekly designer journals just talking about the game and the different mechanics of it. And I mean, I could talk to you about it for hours and hours, just about all the different layers. But the big thing is there's a lot of mysteries in the game. It's about these teenagers that find this board game at a yard sale. They start playing it. And as they play it, they discover that there's more to this game that meets the eye. And they kind of go on a journey to figure out, like, what the heck is this game? Where did it come from? What's going on? And so that's what the story is. When the kids in the story play the game, you play as them. And so inside your copy of the game is the game that they bought at the yard sale. So it's a game within a game. And you are playing through these missions. In between the missions, you're reading pages from the comic book. You're going through a story. It's a campaign, and so you kind of unlock new stuff as you go throughout the story. But the last layer is just all of the like weird mysteries and clues and strange stuff in it. There's just a lot of weird secrets. For example, in the rule book, the previous owner of the game has scrawled down all of these notes in the margins of the rule book. And you're like, what is this stuff? Is any of this relevant? Some of it like isn't even in English. It's encoded. And so there's kind of this code breaking aspect to it, and you can dive deeper into the game and kind of unlock these mysterious messages and kind of figure out where they go. And so there's a story and then a game, and then there's the game beyond the game. So there's a lot going on, but it's very it's pretty straightforward and easy to get into, and the complexity kind of ramps up. It gets deeper and deeper the more you play it.
So may I say that the game, the experience of the game starts the moment you open the shrink wrap, right? You open the box and the experience starts that moment.
Or it might start even before that moment, because there's a secret on the outside of the box before you even open it.
Oh my God.
And so that was an idea of, like, if someone's in a game store and they pick up the box, I want to give them like a sense of what they can expect from this game. And so even by just picking up, and if you read the back of the box, you're like, oh, there's something for me to discover here. You can kind of use the box to discover that. So lots of that.
Explore the outside of the box to decipher this or that. Right? Wow.
We have time for one just little question that we ask everybody that comes to the channel. We have a series that we call games that fill in your pockets, or because they're small, or because they cost little. What would be your 3 games that fits in the pocket?
Top 3? I would say The Game. Are you familiar with The Game?
Yeah.
The hardest one to talk about. I mean, it's just a deck of 100 cards, but it's a game that I get a lot of mileage of, just with people coming over, playing with friends. It's very, very similar to The Mind in that way. Other games of that size, looking at my shelf, if you can't tell. Would you consider Skull? Is that a small enough game?
Yes.
Can't quite fit in your pocket. Maybe if you got big pockets, it could.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to say a deck of cards because you could play anything with a deck of 52 cards.
Yes, indeed. Nice. One of mine is Death Angel, of course. It fits.
Oh.
It must fit. With the expansion of the small one. Yeah, exactly. The initiative, which is the name of the game, right? Nowadays is in pre-order, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Comes out this spring.
Okay, so I'm in, totally in. And people in Brazil, the companies, okay, I will tell them, okay, because lots of game in Brazil, the board game industry here is increasing day by day, even with the problems of the pandemic and everything, it's increasing. So, and I believe this game will blow people's mind here as well, even in English.
That's one of the biggest problems with this game is it's very language dependent. It's very challenging to translate, and so at least at first, it's only going to be in English. And our Czech partner is doing a version in Czech. We'll be doing some more languages too, but it just takes longer. It's a lot of work to do it and do it right.
Oh, of course, yeah, especially the kind of game that it's this one. With
it's not only translating. You have to make we call in Brazil something like locating the game.
Yes.
Yes, I don't know if there is something similar in English, but you do the.
There's all the secret things that connect to each other, and you need to make sure it still works.
Exactly.
It's not as simple as just make the words in your language. Yeah,
but people in Brazil will buy anyway. They always bought in English. Why don't now? Okay, I'm totally in. Corey, I would like to thank you very much for your time. 40 minutes. Oh my goodness. Sorry. And for bringing us such a little part, because we have much more to talk. Oh my goodness. And thank you for bringing me back and some of my friends to the hobby. And met Lepe because of that too.
I would like to say that you said that when you play your games, you're always, I would do this different. Your games, all of them aged very well. We still play Battlestar Galactica. You are a genius. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Well, thanks for buying my games and supporting me so that I can do this for a living.
Oh, thank you very much, Corey. So we have here our dear Corey Konieczka. Thank you very much. Galera, não deixe de se inscrever para esse designer aqui fantástico que veio aqui visitar a gente. Ele tem um tempo muito curto e ele veio aqui para conversar com vocês. Ok, galera? Um abraço para todos. Thank you, Mr. Corey.